G'day guys, Neil here from Player One Sim Gear. In today's video we're taking a quick look at the Big FOV lenses for the Pimax Crystal. Now this is our review, if you will, of the lenses from a user's perspective rather than like a YouTube reviewer perspective. And the difference I think is I've been using the Big FOV lenses for about a month now in my daily driver Pimax Crystal VR headset. This is the headset I use for league racing, it's a headset I use for daily DCS and Microsoft Flight Simulator flights. And I put these lenses on and I took a pretty open-minded view to them because I know that Pimax have been iterating on the Crystal lenses, or the Big FOV lenses, obviously for a while now. These were supposed to come out at launch like 12 months ago. They've been repeatedly pushed back and it looks like they've been pushed back again as Pimax continually try to get them right. They told us that these were the production grade lenses and they gave them to us to test out. And as I said, I put them on the rig with a pretty open mind and I thought, well, I'd run them for a month or so and then let you guys know what I think of them. All right, so first up, if you're new to the channel, please do the like and subscribe thing. It means the absolute world to us. And also let us know what you think of the new studio effects. So we've got this new sort of studio space set up now. Hopefully I've been playing with the lighting. Hopefully it looks nice and clear for you guys. We're trying some new cameras, some new audio stuff as well. I'm going to keep tweaking the lighting. So please let me know if you think this is a nice space for video watching, as in like for you as the audience, does this all look all right? Or if you think there's any tweaks or changes that we should make. So in terms of the lenses themselves, the installation was tricky at best. Look, in theory, the installation of the Big FOV lenses isn't hard. You simply unscrew the lens, you swap it out, and you put the new ones in there. And that's fine. The problem for me was getting the lens to clip into my headset. I just really struggled to get them to clip on cleanly. And as a result, it took a while, it took a few attempts actually for my headset to recognize that I had the lenses installed correctly. It would come up thinking they were a different type of lens. What I would say is be very careful when you do swap them out. You just need to make sure that they're clipped in correctly. And then when you jump in the sim, the first thing you notice is of course the wider field of view. And look, absolutely, the field of view goes from about 100 to 102 degrees, depending on how you measure it, up to 110. And sort of an extra 10% field of view doesn't sound like a lot, but the difference in this case is the field of view is on the horizontal plane, not on the vertical. So it does actually pack more of a punch in terms of giving you a sense of what's around you in the cockpit. And you can see here in the F-16 cockpit, it actually shows sort of a range of different dials that you can't see with the base lenses without turning your head, are now in picture for you looking straight ahead. And I measured this with my head up against the headrest on my seat, and just sort of took an eye shot, if you will, or a mental image of what I could see, and then I went through and checked it again under the Big FOV, and it was impressively different, as in you do see a lot more of the cockpit, which is great. Now, one caveat I will make in that is that your brain's pretty clever, and it adapts to what you can see, so it doesn't feel like with the normal lenses in the Crystal that the field of view is narrow. But when you then go back to it after trying the Big FOV, it does feel a lot narrower and you're like, okay, wow, this is actually, my new normal gets reset very quickly once you've got the new lenses in. When you go back to the older ones, it's noticeably more narrow, so it's a more dramatic shift backwards than it is to go forward because your brain adapts and you get used to it pretty quick. And also when you're flying, you tend to be moving your head around a lot as well. It's almost a little bit of an artificial test to be steering straight ahead at one point and then trying to sort of gauge what's in your peripherals. So on the extra field of view, big tick there. Does it make a difference? Absolutely. Does it improve your piloting or your driving experience? Yeah, it does. It adds to it because it just gives you more of the cockpit you can see. Now, the real value though comes when you start moving. The massive improvement, the thing that really shocked me and had me absolutely laughing out loud, and the thing that I think is the reason that you need to get these lenses on your Crystal is because of the sense of speed. The additional 10 degrees on the outside of each of your eyes, what it does is it gives your brain significantly more inputs in terms of movement and feeling like you are going fast. That has been a bugbear for me for VR experience across the board with DCS and also with Flight Simulator is there's no real sense of speed. It never felt, when I was flying low in an F-16 in DCS, it never really felt to me like I was in a supersonic jet. There was something just not quite right in terms of that low level sense of speed. Well, these lenses 100% bring that back and it is epic. It is the most fun I've had in DCS since I put these on in terms of increasing the overall joy of the experience and the overall wow factor. Now, The other key component is clarity. So not only was it not a step down in clarity, it was actually a step up for me in terms of clarity that I got across the visible spectrum using the Big FOV lenses versus the standard lenses. Now, it could have been my old lenses have been on there and been used daily for like a year, and so maybe they were just dirty and oily and needed a good clean, but I was really surprised when I put the Big FOV lenses on how clear the image was and how sharp and bright and vibrant the image was. It definitely seemed brighter to me. It's hard for me to test that, so maybe, I don't know if it's placebo effect, as I said, maybe just because they were super clean new lenses, but it certainly was in no way a downgrade. In fact, I personally felt, as I said, from my own perception, that it was a step up. Now, the other thing that other YouTube reviewers, and this is why I say this is kind of a user experience review rather than like a typical YouTube review. People talk about chromatic aberration, they talk about distortion around the edges of the lenses, and they talk about like eye strain and binocular overlap. I didn't get any of that with my experience. Now, I'm using the 15mm facial foam on the Crystal, so I noticed that you can, when you're doing in what I call test mode, so you put the headset on either in the Moonscape world, or you load into a sim and you press pause and you start looking around to see what you can see. For me, with the 15mm facial foam, I can kind of see like an outline of the lens. Like the image is a little bit differentiated into two. Like when you're looking through glasses or sunglasses and you focus on seeing the actual glasses, you can sort of, your brain brings the focus right in and you can kind of see the frames of the glasses. Well, that's, you're obviously wearing a headset, so that's there. But when you're actually flying, that goes away because your brain obviously isn't looking at that. You're looking at the apex of the corner. If you're racing or in flight, you're looking at your instruments or the horizon. And the experience is just super immersive as the original Crystal experience has always been, but now with the addition of it feels like you're going fast, which is awesome. I'm sure the other reviewers who are focusing on really drilling into the details of the lenses, I'm sure they're not wrong, but what I get the feeling of is that this set of lenses is a little bit more of a personalized experience because the way that they've been configured will be a little bit more personal to you and to your eyes and to how you wear the headset and your face shape, etc. It's obviously going to all make a little bit more of a difference perhaps than with the standard 35mm lens. So it's possible that I got a later version. As I said, I got these about a month ago, so it's possibly that I got a different version of the, an updated version of the lenses compared to some of the other reviewers. So maybe they had solved some of those issues that they were having. Possibly the binocular overlap is related to face size and the way that you're looking through the lenses and the face shield that you have on there. It's possible it's related to the way your eyes work as well as to whether it's noticeable or not. Other reviewers have talked about eye strain as being an issue. Again, not something I noticed. I was using a very, very light prescription on my last headset. The prescription lenses aren't out for the Big FOV lenses yet. You can't take your prescription overlays from your regular lenses and put them on the Big FOV lenses because they're a slightly different shape. So I went back to no prescription inserts or anything, just using this as standard, and didn't notice any eye strain. It wasn't a problem for me. So again, I don't know if it's the way that the lenses are designed that maybe is a little bit different for people. I think all I can say is give it a try. So then the question comes, is it worth giving it a try? Is it worth the expenditure for you? The sense of speed for me adds so much to the experience that I think these are a must get for your Pimax Crystal based on my experience of using them for about a month. I think what they add to the VR experience in terms of making it feel like you are going quicker and making it more true to life from that regard is thoroughly worth the investment. You've already spent a lot to get your Pimax Crystal. You're already invested heavily in your VR hobby. I think a little bit more in terms of adding to the experience is well and truly worth it. So final thoughts, is it worth getting the Big FOV lenses? Look, based on my experience of 1 month of using them with my Pimax Crystal, absolutely it is. The sense of speed that it adds to your experience is 100% worth it and is just a massive improvement for the VR experience as a whole. So for me, they're a must get, absolutely. Maybe I got lucky. We'll wait and see once they come out a little in terms of the more broad reviews, I guess, that people are responding with. As to when they're due out, look, it looks like they're getting pushed back again, and maybe that's because Pimax is still working on fine-tuning them, or it could just be that with the release of the Crystal Lights, their production capacity is hitting some limits. So I know that they're now looking at either June or even July for us Australians in terms of when the lenses will be readily available. Again, they might ship internationally or make them available on the website a little earlier than that. They are still available in terms of if you pre-ordered your Crystal about a year ago when they were originally promised, you get a discounted buy price for the lenses. That's still there. You can still get that discounted buy price for those people who purchased before that threshold. If you're not sure whether you qualify for a discounted buy price on them, reach out to Pimax or reach out to your reseller. For our customers who bought from Player One Sim Gear, if you're not sure, just send me a message. I can let you know whether your purchase fell before the cutoff or after it. But either way, you will be able to buy the lenses for this Crystal, and I thoroughly recommend doing so. I think it's a great investment in your overall VR experience, both racing and for flight. Once again, I've been Neil, this is Player One Sim Gear. Thanks so much for checking out another one of our videos. If you'd like and subscribe, leave a comment, that'd be great, and we will see you next time.